everybody. Hope everybody's doing really well today. I am here to do a quick unhaul. So I do these videos every couple of months, I would say. So I do obviously purchase new books quite often, but I also do declutter quite often as well. I've mentioned in a lot of my previous videos, I live in a very, very small apartment, so my storage space is limited. And then also realistically, I shall be moving this year. And shipping coloring books cross-continentally is going to be a pretty penny, so I am trying to dwindle down my collection every so often. So I don't throw the books out. I either, one, drop them off at a local book sharing spot. So it's like a bookshelf where you can just leave books and coloring books and people can come and grab them for free, basically. And they have been a hit there. I have dropped, books off there very often, and usually the coloring books are gone within minutes, basically. And I've also started noticing that other people are also dropping coloring books off there now, which I love to see. So today I'm gonna pass on 5 books, and we can start off with the first one here. That is, sorry, making sure the pile doesn't collapse next to me. The first one is this Disney Princess stained glass coloring book. So I have bought this one basically specifically for the channel. I wanted to see if this was in a way a dupe for the Disney Vitro coloring book by Hatchet Heroes. And I did a full flip. So if you're interested, it is on my channel. And I will link these books down below because honestly, I don't hate any of these books, and I could, if the images look interesting to you, feel free to pick any of them up, but I will be passing this on. So it is single-sided, so if you like the Disney Vitro, but you prefer to use alcohol markers, which you can't in the Disney Vitro because it's double-sided, this could be an option. I've done one image in here. So I did Belle because she's my favorite princess, and I did use alcohol markers, as you could see. And then I just did some shading with pencils. And frankly, I kind of forced myself to color in this book because it was sitting on my shelf untouched, and I don't like having books that haven't been colored in. So that alone was like red flag 1 that I'm kind of forcing myself to color in here. And then I also didn't really enjoy the process. The paper, I feel like, is extra questionable, even for Amazon printed. So, I like the way that it turned out, but I didn't really love the process. And I do have the Disney Vitro book. So I think if I ever want to color this like tiled style, I will just reach for that book. But yes, I do have a full flip of this book. So I'm going to pass it on, and I'm sure some other individual, potentially a child, is going to enjoy this and use this much more than I am. And that's kind of what I hope for the books, is that they get more love than I'm able to provide, basically. Moving on to a book I literally just filmed a flip of. So this is brand new to me. This is uncolored in, and it's called Ukrainian Style Mandala. A coloring book for adults. I just did a full flip of it if you're interested. So I snagged it on Amazon because I really enjoy like mandala and pattern coloring, and then also I am Ukrainian. So I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then 30% of the proceeds from this book do go to Ukrainian humanitarian aid. For some reason, that's very difficult for me to say. So I wanted to support the artist and then of course the cause. However, I don't love the designs. I think they're beautiful, so I guess I was misspeaking about not loving them, but I'm not drawn to coloring them, and I really like to use alcohol markers in my mandala books, and that's going to be kind of difficult in here. So I will hold on to it, right? So I'm not going to return it to the artist. But I do volunteer at the local Ukrainian refugee center, and there is a kids corner where kids can pick up like books and school supplies and toys and everything like that for free. And I'm just gonna drop that off there so some little Ukrainian child can pick up this book and appreciate it much more than I think I am, or get much more use out of it, basically. So moving on to a book that I have colored quite a lot in actually. It is 70 Amazing Patterns, Adult Coloring Book, Volume 1 by Aaliyah Fisher, another Amazon find. So I've done, okay, now it looks like I've done nothing, but I've done pages in here. I have, and my problem with this book is that for some reason, I never love the results. And I think it's because these areas are too big. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So, I mean, this one was a disaster. But, so I have done pictures in here, and like I said, I do like patterns and mandala coloring, but just, I never love the pictures in here. So I'm not really reaching for it. If I was to color a pattern or a mandala, I would much rather color in my Camellia Angelkova mandala books. I think I have more done somewhere. So considering the lack of space in my apartment and the fact that I have to slowly start decluttering my collection significantly for the move, I will pass this on. So I will drop it off at the book sharing place. I don't want to drop off used books at the refugee center. For some reason, that feels odd to me, but at the book sharing place, I'm okay with it, and they fly like hotcakes anyways. But I will drop that off there, and I hope somebody enjoys this book since most of it is still uncolored. Moving into 50 Cartoon Characters, Color by Number by, I think it's Jennifer Rowling. Yep. So getting rid of this book kind of breaks my heart because I was so incredibly excited for it. So I have done, I guess, 6 images in here because I did just go in order. But I really like this one. I had completed another one of Jennifer Rowling's books. I wonder if she has like the array of books somewhere so I can tell you. No. Because sometimes she will have like, these are the other books I've printed kind of page. Let me double check. No. So, and I had finished one of her books. I think it was called Adorable Animals. And I loved it. I loved it so much. I finished it quite quickly. So I wanted to get my hands on another one of her Pixel books. I love Disney. I was like 50 Disney characters. Yeah, sign me right up. And I've discussed this book in multiple videos. I've been considering getting rid of it a couple times now. I strongly dislike the backgrounds. The fact that it's just one blob of an irrelevant color really grinds my gears for some reason. And it's with all of them. This one, I didn't bother doing the background because I was like, it's just one gray blob, right? So I just wish there was something else in the background because when you color it solid, in my opinion, it looks like caca. Like it's not cute, right? And then if I was to sit here and do like crosses or dots for this entire block, this better be a masterpiece of an image after that, basically. So I have decided to pass it on because I'm not reaching for it. And frankly, I'm just not motivated to color in this book, which stinks because I really like Disney. I like her. You know, her art. I am eyeing another one of her books. So I have not lost faith in Jennifer Rowling and her Pixel books. But this one just isn't my cup of tea. So I'm going to drop it off and hopefully some child or adult enjoys it. And also it breaks my heart because it has Winnie the Pooh on the cover and he's absolutely my favorite. But I'm not coloring in it. And then the last book that I'm getting rid of is my Friends Dots Lines Spirals coloring book. And the main reason is that this book just wasn't what I was expecting. Yes, it has the dots, the lines, and the spirals, which I actually really enjoy. Friends is potentially my favorite show of all time, which I know is not a unique opinion by any means. But it's just faces. Like there's no, it's just like celebrity pictures basically. So again, I think this is tag. I say that every single time that I have no idea. There's a picture of Jennifer Aniston that you can clearly see that it's her. But there's no, yeah, nobody knew who this was. People think it's Bonnie, the girl that shaves her head, but not so sure. So like this picture, right? This is a pretty famous picture of Jennifer Aniston, so you know it's her. But I thought there would be more like, also like items from the show. Maybe like a nice mug that says like Central Park, or like Joey with a turkey on his head, things like that. And it's basically just like pictures that were done of the characters or the actors. And that's it. Like, I'm assuming this is Bruce Willis because it's a giant bald head. Yeah. So it's just headshots. And I'm not interested. So unfortunately, I will be passing this one on. That's Richard with his moustache. So I hope somebody else enjoys this book. I think Friends is a great show. I love the dots, lines, and spirals, but it's just not what I was looking for, basically. But I did give it a shot. I did do one, or at least one of each style, and I did find the process relaxing, but I also at the end kind of want to be like, oh yeah, like it's this character, or it's this picture, or whatever. And yeah, just basically not interested in coloring heads is kind of the bottom line of that one. So those are the 5 coloring books that I will be dropping off either at the book sharing spot or this one at the Ukrainian Refugee Center. But yes, slowly decluttering, but also slowly purchasing more books. Don't ask me how that works, but it does in my head. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.